So apparently, getting a stronger pull-up is easier than you think. If you go faster, you will get stronger. It's that simple when it comes to increasing your pull-up strength. So if you're the type of person who's struggling with either increasing their body weight reps for the pull-ups or increasing the amount of loads for the weighted pull-ups, then you're definitely going to want to watch this video to understand the 3 simple hacks for a stronger pull-up, which was actually uploaded by the Yellow Dude, a great content creator that I do enjoy myself. So let me stop yapping and let's get right into this video.
A recent study flipped the script on the age-old slow and steady mantra. Researchers took 29 strong guys and split them into 2 groups.
29 strong guys.
One group did their pull-ups at a moderate pace, slowing down by 25%. The other group really took their time, slowing down by 50%.
Okay.
The researchers kept an eye on these key metrics.
What'd they find out?
Estimated 1 repetition maximum. This is like your personal best for
Weighted
pull-ups. It's the maximum weight you could theoretically lift for just 1 pull-up.
Okay.
Average mean propulsive velocity. Think of this as your average speed when doing pull-ups, measured before and after the training period.
Average mean propulsive velocity. That is a mouthful. I wonder, did y'all even know what that word even means? Because I can, using context clues, velocity has something to do with speed. I know mean because I've learned some things about math and it's the reoccurring number, but propulsive, that whole sound like a science experiment. I'm not even gonna cap, but let me get back to the video. They could have really just said, let's just get back to the video.
Maximum number of repetitions to failure. This is simply how many pull-ups you can do in a row before you're too tired to do any more. After 8 weeks of training, the results were clear. The group that maintained a faster pace saw significant improvements across key measurements.
Makes sense.
Their estimated 1 repetition maximum increased, indicating greater overall strength.
More loads.
Their average and peak mean propulsive velocity improved significantly,
Let's just say
indicating faster pull-ups and enhanced explosive strength when lifting body mass.
Okay, he said it. Boom.
Finally, their maximum number of repetitions to failure grew, meaning they could do more pull-ups in a single set. The slower group, they were left hanging, with no real progress to show for their efforts. Quick disclaimer, this study only looked at the pulling up part.
So if you don't want to be left behind, definitely don't be like that guy who's doing slow pull-ups. Otherwise, you're not going to be making much progress.
Study only looked at the pulling up part. So before you start doing pull-ups like you're in a speed competition, let's break it down a bit more. If you think, great, I can zip up and let go, you're missing half the exercise. It's like dropping a barbell after each bench press rep. That's not how it works. The eccentric lowering phase matters too. Think of lowering yourself like a feather, not a lead weight. Controlled descent prevents injury, engages muscles differently, and helps build strength. So, how fast should you do your pull-ups?
So before we talk about how fast one should pull, let's just do a quick breakdown of what information was presented thus far. So the study indicated that performing faster pull-ups will lead to an increase in the following: 1 rep max, explosiveness, and also max repetitions, which is very consistent when it comes to the weighted pull-up training. But what does this mean from a programming perspective? Well, my near-term goal is to train for the weighted chin-ups by obtaining 180 pounds for 3 reps total. And currently I train with 2 weighted chin-up sessions. And within both sessions, I have the intention to pull with explosiveness, meaning the velocity component that Yellow Dude mentioned within the study, indicating that the overall speed you can generate in the direction that you want to go, which is in my case, just going straight up. And keep in mind, this aligns with what Yellow Dude said within the disclaimer. Speed should be focused on the concentric part of the movement, not the eccentrics. You want to lure yourself with control, as control and stability actually what dictates a more efficient pulling path throughout the set. And if you're attaching multiple plates beside your feet, any instability leading to the plates swinging back and forth, altering the weight distribution, will result in a much more difficult pull because of the unequal distribution of your weight to your pulling path. That is why it's important to control the negatives. But the question now becomes, what happens when you can't pull with explosiveness? What if you just happen to train naturally slow and you don't have that speed at the moment? And unfortunately, you're not going to be optimizing your training. Well, this is where increasing one's time under tension on the pull-ups or chin-ups comes into play. Now, I implement pause rep training to improve the sticking points of the chin-up specifically for two very important reasons. One, to help increase my lockout strength by pausing at the top once my chin clears the bar. And two, to help increase the vertical pulling explosiveness by pausing at the bottom. By incorporating pause reps to improve those two sticking points, this will ultimately lead to a greater ability to pull with more loads because I've broken down the exercise mechanics of the chin-ups or pull-up and gained a better understanding on how to perform them. Now, the way that I implement pause rep training is that I reserve them specifically for my low to moderate intensity based weeks within my training block, aka mesocycle. So I don't train with this method every single session, every single week, but rather it's for specific stages within my training block. That's simply what I've been doing to get to the point of where I am now, with doing 160 pounds for 3 reps on the way to chin-ups. And with that being said, let's continue on to the video to see why speed matters.
Faster pull-ups build explosive power, helping with tough moves like muscle-ups and improving power transfer to other sports activities. Quick movements improve overall body coordination and muscle timing. Rapid pull-ups enhance the connection between nerves and muscles, leading to better athletic performance. Slower pull-ups, while they might feel tougher, don't challenge your muscles in the same way. They can lead to fatigue without the same strength benefits.
Also, if you're training slow continuously, your body will just naturally continuously pull slower, right? So you got to learn how to activate those fast twitch muscle fibers. So that's just adding on to his point to why you don't want to pull slow.
So, how can you turn up the tempo for your pull-ups and maximize gains? First, use tempo training. Think up with a zip, down with control. Maintain a consistent tempo when pulling up. Aim for 0.5 to 1 second for the upward movement. Second, resistance bands are your secret weapon for faster pull-ups. They provide just enough assistance to help you maintain a quicker pace without compromising form. As you get stronger, gradually reduce the band resistance to challenge yourself further. Third, while speed is key, form is king. Don't sacrifice good technique for the sake of speed. A properly executed pull-up, even if it's a tad slower, is far more beneficial than a sloppy, rushed one. Fourth, use an easier variation like inverted rows. If pull-ups are too challenging, inverted rows can help build the necessary strength and technique while allowing you to maintain a faster pace.
Now, obviously, for those who are doing weighted calisthenics, you for sure have the strength already to pull quicker, but you just haven't specifically trained in a way to pull faster by moving your entire body as one unit for each repetition. So the yellow dude mentions how there's 4 ways to help improve your pull-up speed. And in my opinion, the one that you should really log in specific to weighted calisthenics is to focus on the tempo-based training. Specifically where I mentioned where you pause at the bottom of the pull-up or chin-up and then you pull as fast as possible to the bar, obviously chin over the bar, or even chest to the bar, whatever your standardized form of range of motion is, and then you lower yourself with control. Now you don't have to be super slow with the negative, but just keep the control. 1 to 2 second eccentric is fine. So that right there is gonna help you get to a much quicker pull-up, which will eventually help increase your overall loads and strength when it comes to your weighted pull-up journey. Now, I do want to mention that the same principle can be applied to your weighted dip training as well, but I want to see if you learned a thing or two from this video. So comment down below, what method do you believe will help increase your weighted dip strength? Is it pause reps? Is it better technique, or perhaps even utilizing resistance bands? Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll learn something new. But hey, what do I know? If you want to see more content like this, be sure to follow me, man. I'm the Tub Fitness Guy out here. No cap.
Cobra Trains, he's up next. Make sure y'all subscribe to him. He's number one out here.
He's the toughest fitness guy out here.